Welcome back to Homeschool Life. Are you ready for today's show? Let's go!
Hi, my name is Jelo and with me is my wife.
Hi, I'm Janelle and we have 3 kids.
We've been homeschooling for 2 years now. We decided to homeschool because we wanted to be intentional in our parenting. We experienced some difficulties with the conventional school with our middle child, and we really felt that homeschooling would be the best option for us to not just overcome, but really be victorious over those challenges that we face with our middle child.
Homeschooling became the best solution for us because since they're coming with us at work, and good thing that our work supported homeschooling, it is an environment for us to help our children and for us to become more intentional by really going to work with them as well. So we became closer.
Homeschooling became a 360-degree lifestyle. They learned from us at every opportunity, and we needed to become much better role models than we were because we needed to model to them, or we had to really walk the talk, because whatever we taught them, if we taught them values, we had to make sure that those values were carried over to the work that we did.
And because we're always together, homeschooling doesn't mean it's not boxed with the books only, with curriculums that we choose. Since we're always together, they also learn and see how we work, and so they learn what hard work means for them.
A typical homeschooling day for us would be from Tuesdays to Thursdays. That's when we take the kids with us. We start off with our morning devo. We pray together as a family, and then we set out to do the day's work. So homeschooling really happens in bursts. We don't have it like straight 4 hours at a time. Janelle would typically have Phoebe. Ashley, being an older child, I just give her deliverables for the day. If the output requires an essay, then she'd be writing an essay, or she'd accomplish so many drills for a particular subject. And then we check up on each other a little later in the day when we're a little less busy, or if the day is really packed, we'll just check at home.
Teaching Phoebe, I let her sit beside me in the workplace. And so at first, I teach her the concepts of math, like the topic of place value. I explain first what is it all about. And then when it's time for her to practice, I will just let her be, and then I'll just check up on her. And while she's doing that, I'm also checking my emails and doing other things like research for social media while she's doing her practice. Aside from that, they also have classes, MAPE classes, which makes them busy usually in the afternoon. So we schedule their subjects depending on the load also that we have at work.
So, in not too many words, whichever parent is less busy will be the one to really focus on the homeschooling activities of the children. So if I have a day that's fully packed with meetings or activities and deliverables that I need to accomplish, Janelle will be taking lead on the lessons. And if Janelle has a day that's full of meetings and full of deliverables, then I will take up the responsibility of making sure that all the homework, all the seat works are carried out well.
There are actually a lot of workaround with the subjects. Like for reading, since I can't always watch her when I teach like the subject for reading, I let her read the book first. So for instance, I asked her to finish the book Charlotte's Web while we're in the office, so that when we get home, I get to ask her already and give her tests or quizzes about for that book or subject.
Or for Ashley, for example, as an older child, I would have her look at YouTube clips of newsreels especially for current events, something to help keep her up to speed with what's happening around her, and so that she's able to apply the lessons that she's been learning.
At first, it's hard, having the kids there and working at the same time. But when you actually make it really as a lifestyle, like while working and teaching, I think teaching or homeschooling is really not limited in the place. So everywhere we go, we are still teaching our kids, even in the car or at home. So it is a privilege to be working in an organization that supports homeschooling, wherein we're allowed to bring our kids with us. And with this, our relationship really grew, and we know how our children are academically excelling, we can say, as compared to when they were still in conventional schools.
For us, what was most important and what was most crucial to being able to homeschool successfully was really to establish a schedule that works. Okay? First, the children get to understand the value of time, and they get to understand the value of routine. And you get 360-degree accountability. Your kids get to see you walk your talk, and they get to see you really live out what you've been teaching, especially if you teach them values. They know that you value time. They know that you are able to prioritize properly, and that's really how it's been a possibility. Homeschooling will always have its respective challenges, and I'm not going to say that it's easy, but I am going to say that it is doable, and the rewards go beyond your children doing well academically. It's really being able to spend time with them at that crucial window of time, because you'll never have that again. I mean, you only have X number of years to spend with your kids, so I would rather that instead of our kids spending 8 hours a day where I can't see them, I would rather have them spend that 8 hours in a place where we can interact with them, we can talk to them, we can break up the schedule as necessary for us to really focus on the things that are really important, like how they're growing in terms of their character. You can't get that anywhere else.
Next on Values, Forgiveness.
Welcome to Values you can use. Will you forgive me? Those are such powerful lines on a value which you want to talk about, which is forgiveness.
Yeah.
Right? And I phrase it like that because in our family, one of the things we learned in instilling that is you don't just say sorry. It's easy to say sorry. So instead, when a child or when we, even as parents, do something that hurts the other person, we will ask for forgiveness like that. Will you forgive me? And we state what it is. Will you forgive me for my tone, honey?
Yes, I forgive you.
For example, that's what we do. And as Joy modeled, she is able to forgive me unconditionally. We don't make each other pay for it or suffer for it, right? Because it should be freely asked and also freely given.
Yeah, and I think that in our family, we really want to create a culture of forgiveness, where the kids feel like they can go to one another and their siblings will forgive them because we encourage that. But also we have to model it as parents. So when I offend Edric or I'm disrespectful towards him, or maybe we had an argument and the kids saw it, especially if the kids saw it, then Edric and I will go before them and say, will you forgive us for our example, for fighting in front of you? Or I will say, honey, will you forgive me for being disrespectful? And our kids see that, and it's important that they see it. And another thing we do is we encourage them to hug each other for 10 seconds really tightly when they ask for forgiveness. So at first they may not feel like it, but then as they squeeze one another, then their heart starts to soften, and then they feel that feeling of forgiveness. But first, of course, we encourage them that it's a choice. I remember Titus when he came up to me and he was really scared to ask for forgiveness, but his brother told him, don't worry, you can go to mommy and ask for forgiveness because mom will always forgive us. And I think it's so important that as parents, we need to let our children realize that even when they make mistakes, we are committed to forgiving them. It's important.
For joy. For me, they don't feel that way all the time, but I'm gonna work on that. But it's important to forgive. Why? Why should we learn to forgive? We should help the children appreciate that because God forgave us. And He's expended grace, He gave us grace. That is the point from which we can also be able to say, you know what, if God forgave me, I should be able to forgive my sibling, my mother, my father, and our children. Right? Forgive.
What an interesting insight on values. Let's learn more from Teacher Gray.
Household chores? Most kids don't like this. But if you'll get to know the benefits of household chores, you may want to take a second look. Not being able to teach this everyday skill to your child can limit your child's ability to function at age-appropriate levels. Research shows that children who are given a set of household chores have higher self-esteem and are more responsible. They are better to deal with frustration and delay gratification, all of which contribute to greater success in school. Research by Marty Rossman establishes that involving children at earlier age in doing household tasks has a positive impact later in life. He said the best predictor of young adult success in their mid-20s was that they participated in household tasks when they were 3 or 4 years old. Chores? Make your child do them. It will contribute definitely to their success. Happy homeschooling!
Up next, Out of the Box with Jessica.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Out of the Box. I am Cheska and of course I have with me... Hi, my name is Phoebe and today we have Freeze Up! Freeze Up is an electronic pass-around game. The game works for 2 to 8 players.
Press the Players button to choose the number of players in today's game. 2 players. You've chosen a 2-player game, Auto Mode.
Each player starts with 60 seconds.
Player 1, are you ready? You're
Okay,
next with 60 seconds
The
remaining.
device keeps track of how many players there are and how much time does the player have left.
Player 1, you're next with 28 seconds remaining.
For each category, a letter will be announced for each player.
Name something that grows. Letter N.
There are 170 categories and millions of letter combinations. If you get stuck or freeze up, simply press the new category button or the new letter button.
Name something with spots. Letter W. Name an insect. Letter W. Name an insect. Letter I.
It's a fast-paced game that challenges the player to think fast and improve their vocabulary.
Name an insect. Letter A.
Ant.
Player 2, you're next. Name something that grows. Letter B.
Banana. With grows? Yes. Oh. As time speeds up, it makes the game more challenging for everyone.
Smelly. Letter P.
Poop. Ugh.
Player 2, you're next with 7 seconds remaining. Feel the chill. Name something round. Letter C. Time's up. Player 2, you're out. Player 1, congratulations. You are the Freeze Up champion. Freeze Up.
So Phoebe, are you excited to play this game? Yeah! This has been your Out of the Box buddy, Cheska, and I'm Phoebe. See you soon!
Freeze up!
For each category, a letter will... what's that? The device keeps track on how many players there are and how much time the player has left. This is an electronic pass-on device. Wow, I predicted the future. It's a fast-paced game and improve their vocabulary.
One syllable person's name, letter G.
Jelo.
Player 2, you're next with 34 seconds remaining.
Homeschool TV is now online. You can find us on our website www.homeschooltv.ph and on our social media accounts. See you there!